On episode 5, we've got an 80s action movie quick list. We talk about adding or removing game mechanics. We pick our favorite bosses. We discuss games we like and dislike that go against popular opinion. And we finally name our segments. My name is Brian, and you're listening to Dragon Power.
So I got to the point that you were talking about in Fallout, where for whatever reason it just loses. Like, I have no interest to play the game anymore.
Yeah,
It's weird.
I don't quite get it. I was like, because I was full bore into that game. I was thinking about it at work. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and play some Fallout. And then I got to this one section of the game. We won't give away spoilers, but I got to one point.
Pretty far in the game.
Something happened, and suddenly, like, all of my drive to continue was just like sucked from my body. I was like, I'm done with this game.
It's just weird.
I uninstalled it from my computer, and like, I'm gonna do other stuff now.
I'm still gonna beat it, but it's like I used to, like, I'd come home and just pop in Fallout and be like, I'm gonna play this for a couple hours until I get bored or whatever. Now it's like, I don't really want to play Fallout. It's weird. It's just a weird. That happens to me on some games. Like, same thing for Assassin's Creed. I was playing Assassin's Creed 4 for like forever, and I was just like, I did all the Assassin's contracts and got the pistol swords. I was like, oh, that's cool. All right, and just stop.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
No, it happens. I think that's a very common thing that happens amongst gamers just in general. I don't know. You'll reach a point in a game where your brain just stops appreciating what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is like work now. I'm not really interested in this anymore. It's happened to me countless times.
I was really excited because I was like, yeah, pistol swords. Like, those would be cool. Like, I didn't unlock those when I first played the game, so I'll go back and I'll do all the work and do all the Assassin contracts. Some of those are really cool, though. Actually.
I was gonna say, I mean, I'm sure that the pistol swords were awesome.
Oh yeah,
and everything.
Like, you stab people and then they just go poof when they blow away like a John Woo movie. It's really cool. And
sounds awesome.
But it's just weird. I wonder what the name for that is. Like, I'm sure there's some psychological term that.
Oh, hey,
what's
up, everyone?
It's me and Brian
and me. And
you,
Connor.
And you, and me.
And us together.
Wow.
Also you, though.
Oh, and you.
I saw you here.
Yeah, I just showed up. He was like, hey, you want to do a podcast? I was like, sure.
I was like, hey. It was very exciting.
It was awesome.
So, hey, man, what have you been up to this week?
Well, so, Bayonetta and Corn came out.
It's funny. I love the way you pronounce... What's the second character's name?
Corrin,
because it just sounds like you're saying corn.
Yeah, I just call him Corn because a lot of times people don't know the difference, and I'm not a huge fan of the character.
I would love to play as a giant cob of corn in Smash.
It's just Corn with a sword, but like, Corn! Like,
he just yells corn every move he does.
And the winner is Corn! You're like...
And his clapping animation is just him popping into kernels, or like popping into popcorn.
What would his color palettes be? Like, you have corn, then you have that like multicolored corn.
Yeah, of course. You have black corn.
And there's black corn?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's gross.
And that's it.
Yeah,
those three. And then you have like spoiled corn,
or half-eaten corn.
Half-eaten corn. You're
that's a good costume.
That's an alt. As well. Yeah, but yeah, I've been playing a lot of Bayonetta because I'm a huge Platinum fan. I just love anything Platinum.
Me too.
And Bayonetta, I always wondered what character it would be who would upstage Ness, and it was Bayonetta.
That's right, because Ness is your main.
I've been a Ness main since Brawl, so
that's awesome.
I played him for a while.
But now Bayonetta swooped in with all her fancy kicks and shoots and
zero to death combos. And
yeah, that's awesome.
She is incredibly powerful.
That's awesome. And you showed me a combo, like a little combo video right before we started recording, and it was ludicrous.
I was like, "Hey, check this out!" Like, oh, he's dead. Like, I just figured that out. Like, there's people out there who are way better than me.
Oh, that was you. That was actually you.
Yeah,
playing.
That's something I did.
Oh, snap, crackle, and pop. That's awesome. All right, well, cheesy crazy. I thought that was like some. I bet you can't do this like YouTube video of like pro players.
Oh, no.
Like, that's legit, man. Good on you, because that was crazy.
I am a pro player.
I know. I know.
I know. You're like, look at these pro players. Like, I am a pro player.
I know you are a pro player. I just didn't realize that was you messing around. That was awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really do much else with my week. I watched a whole bunch of X-Files.
That's good.
Because like I want to get caught up. I'm on season 4 out of like 9 or something. There's like 8. I
love the concept of the X-Files because it's like super creepy, and the whole I actually fired up XCOM this morning.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jack what you did this week, but just reminds me there was a quote at the beginning of the game. It was like, we are either completely alone in this universe or we are not.
Both is
equally terrifying. I was like, ooh, that creeps me out. I don't like that at all.
Ooh.
That reminds me of X-Files. So
I just love X-Files. Like, it's not, a lot of it's not creepy. Some of it is. Like, I showed you that river monster thing.
Yeah.
And that was like the scary.
Forget that thing.
That's just a Resident Evil monster. Like, it's just crazy. And I don't know. I shouldn't tell people to Google that, but whatever. It's horrifying.
No, it was awesome.
But yeah, if you watch X-Files, it's on season 2, and you know exactly the monster I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah, there are X-Files fans out there that are probably like, oh, I know what he's talking about. Screw that thing. That thing is not family friendly.
That's for you guys. But yeah, other than play Smash, I played a little bit of Fallout. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of falling off the map with that, unfortunately. I'll probably, I don't know, I'm to the point of the game where I've kind of I've chosen my faction, and I kind of feel like I picked the wrong faction.
Dun, dun, dun.
So now it's like, I want to do the other faction. Like, oh, they hate me. Like, whoops. I miss old Fallout games. You could just be everyone and everyone's friend and everyone's enemy at the same time.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. But yeah, that's my week. I'll probably be doing some more lab work with. Practice mode work with Bayonetta.
I know what it means now.
I know.
You kept calling it lab. You're like, I'm going into the lab with Bayonetta.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
practice mode.
What are you talking about? But yeah, that's what they call just practice mode in Smash. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard it in other fighting games, but I feel like it might just be a Smash term. But yeah,
it's a Smash term.
Yeah, that's me.
But cool, man. I did not have a very interesting week. I caught up on some movies. Watched a bunch of wrestling. Wrestling? It's a fine spectacle, that wrestling.
I love wrestling.
Oh, me too. And let's see. I played that new Need for Speed.
Yeah.
On the PS4.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, I loved Need for Speed Rivals. I didn't get too far in it because it just it got a little repetitive after a while, but this one's got even though the storyline is absurd amounts of cheesy and with terrible acting, it's fun to watch and it's fun to go along with. It just feels like I'm in a really bad 90's racing movie.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome. Dude.
I get to be a terrible, terrible person in the terrible 90's with sweet cars. So that was fun.
I kind of have a funny story. So I don't want me to hijack. You hijacked mine, so
you go right ahead.
So I watched it's not Need for Speed, Fast and Furious 1.
Okay.
And Paul Walker's character wears Converse. And I remember when I was learning to drive, I was like, I'm just like Paul Walker, because I almost exclusively wear Converse. So
yeah.
It's
that's true.
I was like, yeah, I don't know why that just bad. Well, no, Fast and Furious is bad, but you talk about 90's racing movies, and that kind of brought me back to oh yeah, that was funny.
The funniest thing about the Fast and Furious movies is that they started out good, got progressively worse, and then apparently shot back up into awesome.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen any of the most recent ones, but a lot of people I talk to are like, oh, dude, the new ones are actually really good. They're just, really high intensity action movies. So
I saw 6. I haven't seen 7.
Okay.
Me and my dad just kind of got fed up with all the CG with the cars.
That makes sense.
And we were like, there's drivers out there that can do this actual stuff. Just get them to do it and
Seriously.
be way cooler.
You're spending more on computer technicians and animators doing CG stuff.
Yeah.
And you could just be paying stunt drivers.
Anyway, back to Brian's week.
Oh yeah, back to my week. So I took up crocheting. And I knitted a sweater as well.
That's very nice.
And I learned how to play marbles and dominoes.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I know about both of those concepts separately. I didn't know you could bring them together.
I also gave Betty Sue an apple down by the river after school.
I like how you a little bit of a country twinge there.
Yeah.
Twang.
Well, Betty Sue.
Betty Sue.
Betty Sue. No, I'm just kidding. I played video games like a fat nerd. I did none of those things. So yeah, that was pretty much my week. Nothing too crazy. I finally convinced my brother to buy Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 games now, 2 whole games for his PlayStation 4. He's got himself a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 and a Star Wars Battlefront.
That'd be awesome.
Haven't played with him yet, but I'm excited. I think he'll like it.
I need to play with you because I actually have that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We haven't played Battlefront together.
Well,
we we played hero battles on my couch, which was not fun. So yeah, cool. So we're gonna go straight into the quick list of the week here.
Right in.
So the quick list for this week is top 5 favorite 80s action movies. Blah 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 blah.
Rambo.
Explosions, gunfire, one-liners, all the good things.
Dude, 80s action movies are like, I love 80s action
They're just the best, man.
They're there's just not a word I can say for
yeah,
how much I love 80s action movies.
There's a very specific feeling you get watching an 80s action movie, and it's just like euphoric. It's like, yeah.
It's like, I love modern action movies too.
Sure.
Because, like, for a different reason. Like, oh, yeah, the shoot bangs. But this is like, oh, yeah, the shoot bangs. Like,
plus the synth music.
Yeah,
and
there's just hot girls. There's just,
spin
like,
kicks and
six-packs. Just, like...
Yeah,
this
awesome.
is why you like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because, like, later in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, it takes place in the 80s.
Oh, awesome.
And it's just, like, a bunch of ripped dudes just, like, with synth music blaring. It's just like...
spin-kicking
awesome.
each other in the face?
Yeah.
That's exciting. Awesome. All right, so why don't you go ahead first this week?
All right, so... At the bottom of my list, I put the first Terminator.
So this is 5.
This is 5.
Okay.
This is 5. I did 5.
Okay.
I would put Terminator 2, but then I realized that came out in 91.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I don't like Terminator 1 as much. So then I have Commando.
Cool.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
And I have First Blood, the very first Rambo movie.
That's a solid choice too.
And then I have Die Hard, which is my favorite Christmas movie.
So that's 2?
Yeah.
That's a good Christmas movie.
And then I have Predator.
Okay.
Because I figured Predator was just like a conglomeration of everything I love about the 80s. You get aliens, you get Schwarzenegger, you get miniguns, you get one-liners, you get
Carl Weathers.
Yeah! So I was like, all right, that's everything.
That's the stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right. So number 5, I had Commando.
Okay.
I mean, I figured some of these were going to be similar.
I feel like if you just have all of mine just in a different order, that'd just be the best.
Number 4 is Bloodsport with JCVD. Oh my goodness.
Very good.
I love that movie. He is my favorite 80s action hero, I guess. I will always be a huge fan of Schwarzenegger and Stallone, but there was just something awesome about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Schwarzenegger's my favorite.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3, I had Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze. That is one of the worst movies ever, but it is so much fun to watch, man.
I've never seen it.
It's crazy. It's just it's the most ridiculous, over the top, would never happen in real life nonsense. It's so much. We'll have to watch it. You know what? Podcast over. We're watching Roadhouse.
All right, see you later.
See ya. Just kidding. Okay.
Listen to us watch Roadhouse. episode 5, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Let's see. Number 2, I had the first Terminator.
Okay.
That movie is a treasure to me. I love Terminator 2 better, obviously. It's a far superior movie. But Terminator 1 has a very special place in my heart. Like, that blew my mind as a kid. I was like, what is happening? Oh, I love it.
So, for those of you wondering, my first name is John, and my middle name is Connor.
It's true.
So, John Connor.
Yeah, he goes by Connor so that people don't, recruit him to lead the revolution.
Or do. I mean, I'm looking for a new job.
That is true.
If you want to recruit me to lead the resistance into the Armageddon or whatever.
Fight the machines. Cyberdyne Systems becoming self-aware. All right. And then number 1, your favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard.
Yeah.
I love that movie. I love it. I could watch Die Hard at any time. It's got Reginald VelJohnson in it. That's my favorite part. You have no idea who that is, do you? He's the cop, man.
Oh, okay. I know who that is.
Yeah, he's the dad on Family Matters. He plays a cop in literally every movie he's ever been in ever.
With a gun.
He was a limo driver in Crocodile Dundee, but he still beats up bad guys in it, and it's awesome. But yeah, so that's my quick list for this week. Okay. Solid choices. I feel like I just want to go watch all of these movies in rapid succession now.
I think I own all of these movies. like not on Netflix, but like I own a DVD of all of these movies.
We should do that, man. All right, so we're going to go now into what we are calling the mini-boss segment, which this week is if you could add or remove anything or any game mechanic from a pre-existing, like a current game that's already out, to either make it better or completely ruin it, what would it be? So,
okay.
I'll go. I'll shoot. We'll go back and forth here. I've got. All right. So for ads,
Okay.
to add to a game, if you added this, it would ruin the game.
Okay.
In The Last of Us, if Ellie was able to alert the enemies in that game, I would not. I would break my controller.
I've seen like YouTube videos where Ellie's just running around, just running into the backs of clickers.
Yeah,
and I'll be
just
Ellie!
like touching them, like running by them, grazing their arm, and I'm just like, what? Like when I first played, I just remember just being on the edge of my seat, like, what is she doing? But then I found out, thank the Lord, they had the common sense to be like, this game would be absolute trash if she could alert enemies when you're trying to be as stealthy as possible.
Gotcha.
So yeah, what do you got for an ad?
So for ad, I just went simple. Add a 4th button slot to Zelda.
Oh.
So you can equip 3 items.
Yeah.
I was like, equip 4 items. I was like, yeah.
I would make it. That would actually be that's totally legit.
They kind of did that in the remake of Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Where you had 4 buttons, but like I'm talking like, I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting concept because a lot of times, I like. In Wind Waker, I always have my Wind Waker assigned to 1 button.
Okay.
So I'll be like, well, there's one of those gone. And then when you're sailing, one of those is taken up by a sail. And so then you only have like 1 button slot. Yeah. Except they fix that in the Wii U version. But, all my points are now rendered moot. So I didn't think this through enough. So anyway.
Podcast over, credits. All right. And so the other ad I had is would also ruin this game is if you had to genuinely had to obey the rules of the road in Grand Theft Auto games.
Okay, where the cops would come after you.
I mean, the cops would because you can fly by a cop in that game and nobody cares.
They'd be like, what?
They only really pay attention if you run into them or if you hit a pedestrian. But if you ran a red light or no right turn on red and you right turned on red and they pull you over, that game would be I can't even imagine. I would hate that. But
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be slightly annoying, but I mean, I just shoot cops more.
Well,
I think it'd just be a lot more cop murder in that game. I mean, what are you doing, Grand Theft Auto?
I obey the rules of the road, Connor.
Are you that guy?
I go grocery shopping.
Seriously?
At Ammunition.
Oh. What kind of groceries do you get there?
The sugar frosted bullets.
Bullets?
Yeah.
And milk. Parabellum flakes.
Okay, so let's see. What do you got for what else do you have?
I don't have any more for ad.
Okay.
I couldn't think of any more, but I'll give you one for remove.
Let's do it.
So I'll start simple. Call of Duty gunning crosshairs are invisible. So you just have no idea where you're aiming. Eventually, people would figure out and they put a piece of tape on the screen, but
which people do.
But I know people do because I knew a guy who used to quickscope a lot. And
yeah.
They'd put up a piece of tape, now they make a little light you can put on. It's weird.
That's so silly to me. That just seems like way too much work for a video game. It's a video game.
But people would look at us and be like, "Why did they spend $200 on fight sticks?" So
that is, first of all, fight sticks are way more versatile because they go across in pretty much any fighting game. I don't know, taping a piece of paper to your TV so that you can quick scope. That just seems, I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing.
He was good at it. So if he was bad at it, then I'd call him out. But he was really good at it.
Well,
so
that's cool.
I can't So I was just it'd just be funny to watch a multiplayer match where no one has any idea where they're aiming, and to do with the sniper rifle just is I don't know what I'm doing.
I made a terrible choice.
So everyone just run around with a knife because it's the only reliable option. I just think it'd be hilarious.
I think that would be a lot of fun. I wish they would make that an actual game mode if they just did all knives or all melee.
They have sticks and stones.
Oh.
Which is, you get a crossbow, throwing axe, and knife in Black Ops 2. It might be in 3. I haven't played 3 yet.
Oh, well, that's cool.
I don't think it's in 3. It's kind of like that. And then there's one in the chamber where you get one shot, and then you have to knife someone to get another shot. So it's there's kind of like that, but there's not just a knife only, which would be cool. I'd love that.
Okay. So I have for a remove an aspect of a game. I want to remove weapon endurance from all video games. It is never fun. It is. I understand why they put it in. It's just an extra added element of micromanaging your character. But in some games, man, it gets old. Like in Dark Cloud, you have to repair your weapon after you fight like 5 things.
Yeah.
So you're constantly repairing your weapon, and you've got this little indicator being like beep 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 when your sword's about to break, and if it breaks forever.
Okay.
And it's like, man, like you look at games like Legend of Zelda. Could you imagine if the Master Sword had like you had to go back to town to repair it every time you used it a couple times? Would that be fun? No, that would be a nightmare. So I don't know. I hate that stuff.
I kind of have a variation of that. I think it'd be good as like a for instance, like New Vegas, like on the realistic, if you had then you had like a weapon durability thing.
Okay.
So like I feel like it should be like an option, like the hardest difficulties or something.
Okay, and that's fine. Yeah, if you
but
want to do
like
realism mode, because I know there are some games that do that, but it's just it sucks micromanaging that.
I
man.
do agree. There's not a lot of things I won't agree with. Like I just love video games, and there's not much like I'll be like, oh, this game can be good, but like one of those things, it's like, all right, that's dumb.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Anyway, what else you got, man?
So I thought about this a little bit more than
the first
more
one
than I normally do. so you know, in Mario you get like a fire flower.
Yeah.
But like once you get hit, you lose it.
Yes.
And then you turn small. I was thinking you keep that power up even when you're small. So you get a fire flower and you keep it till you die, but you still only get 2 hits or 3 hits in the new ones.
I see.
Or whatever.
So
like
it just gives you a little more health.
Yeah. Well, no, it just gives you a little more like attack power. Like you get the cape and you just get to keep it longer. Because a lot of times, I'll be playing Mario, I'd be like, all right, I need the cape to get there, and then I'll like make a mistake and be like, well, we gotta start the level over and find a new thing. So I think it'd just be make the game maybe a little bit easier. Maybe not even that. Just like a little more fun.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, last one I've got here, and some people might disagree with me. I don't know if there's any people out there who like these, but just get rid of escort missions, man.
Yes. I will 100% agree with that.
Just get rid of them. They're never fun. They're never ever fun. If any game developer has been like, I know fans don't like escort missions, but we're gonna make it a little more fun for them. No, if it's an escort mission, it's not fun. If you have to worry about like a useless NPC making it from point A to point B, and you have to fight everything off or something like that, nobody has fun during that. Nobody.
That's one of the reasons I won't go play Metal Gear Solid 2 again, because I don't want to escort Emma back to work. Because it's like...
Oh, I remember that.
Because...
Escort
missions will literally ruin games for me.
And you know what's funny, though? The Last of Us is my favorite video game ever, and it is a one giant escort mission. But because they added Ellie can defend herself. Not completely, but she can defend herself, and she doesn't disturb, she doesn't disturb stealth sections. Like, it makes the game awesome. So
okay.
But yeah.
I will totally agree with that. That's just...
Have
you heard of Knight's Contract?
No.
It's a game where the entire game's an escort mission. Your player doesn't have a life bar, but the person you're escorting has a life bar.
Okay.
And the entire game's just one big escort mission.
That sounds awful.
And it's just the worst.
Can you heal them or anything?
I don't know. I've just heard about it. I just heard it's like, okay.
That sounds like trash. All right, you got one more?
Yep, I got one more. So, you've played Metroid Prime, right?
Yes.
So, you know how when you shoot missiles, there's kind of like a delay?
Yes.
Just take away that delay. So, you can be like, bah, 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 and just wreck bosses super quick. And do that with super missiles. Why not? Just be like, just breeze through the game. But, like, see, it would be balanced because you only have a limited ammunition.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like... if that game had come out during like the Game Shark era, there would definitely be a code for that.
I mean, there's action replay for GameCube.
Oh, see, I stopped doing cheats and stuff when Game Shark was the big deal. I never had an action replay.
Gotcha.
I still have my Game Shark from my original PlayStation 1 with some delightful crazy codes still on it. So
we talked about those in another episode.
We sure did, thanks to our viewer mail.
Yeah. Thank you.
Or viewer, they just watch the scroll bar go by as they listen to us. That's how it counts as viewing.
Sure. You used your eyes to click on our link. That counts as viewing.
There you go. All right, so we are going to go into what we are now calling the final boss segment.
Final boss.
And in honor of that, we are going to do our top 5 bosses. Blam!
Boss.
Son. Okay. So this can either be just a boss in and of itself. It can be a boss fight. Just anything and everything to do with bosses in video games.
Okay.
So we'll start at number 5, work our way down.
Okay.
Kind of talk about it.
Want to start us off, Brian?
Sure. Yeah. My number 5, I had Dracula from the Castlevania series.
Okay.
All of the fights are always interesting. They're all different to some degree, but definitely from I know I've mentioned this game a lot, but Super Castlevania 4, the boss fight from that game is unbelievable. Like halfway through, it starts playing your theme song to kind of get you pumped to finish the fight. You're like, yeah, I will hecka defeat you right in the face, Dracula. And so, yeah, I think he's great. He's a timeless character.
Oh yeah,
and he'll be in a million more video games and movies.
What's the word for it? He's not copywritten anymore because he's just like
oh yeah,
open.
that's right.
Yeah,
everyone
can use Dracula as just whatever. Okay, so you've played Metal Gear Rising. I don't think you've beaten it. But Jetstream Sam is my number 5.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
You get into the first part of the game.
Define.
Have you
first part of
beaten
the
the
game.
first level?
Yes.
So do you know the dude who cuts your arm off?
Yeah.
That's Jetstream Sam.
Oh, okay.
You fight him later, and it's like his theme is like one of my favorite video game music. It's my ringtone. It's like,
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like
that's
it's awesome. And it's just like this all out. Yeah, like you meet in like a desert or like sunset. It's such like a cliche, and it's so cool.
That's awesome.
It's so
Does
a big samurai battle.
Does he show up in any other Metal Gear games, or is he a Revengeance?
He's just a Revengeance character.
Okay. Cool.
There is rumors because he's the only character in the game, only boss in the game that you don't slice up into a billion pieces.
Okay.
So if they ever make a sequel, I think they might try to like incorporate him in. So which would be awesome. Because he's one of my favorite characters of all time. I thought about cosplaying him as one time, but I don't want to build a suit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes time.
It takes time, and I'm already like behind on building my big boss arm. So.
No, I remember my grandma Kay. Hi, Grandma. You're not listening. She when I was little, she made this unbelievable Green Ranger costume for me. And she made the Red Ranger costume for my brother, KJ. There's a picture of it up on our Facebook and stuff. It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I just remember going to school. I think I was in the 3rd grade at the time, and I went to school, and everybody was just like, "Oh, your costume is awesome!" And I just felt like I was the king of the school because everybody was loving it. Even the older kids, like the 5th graders, were like, "Cool costume, kid!" And then they like flicked me a coin and rode off on a skateboard. It was the 90s.
Rode off on a jukebox and then.
Okay. All right. So number 4. Did you ever play Shadow of the Colossus?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember? Did you beat it?
Yes.
Okay. The Flying Colossus.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna. I was like, if it's Shadow Colossus, it's either gonna be the final boss or it's gonna be the flying
the
one.
bird one. Because what a fight, man! What a crazy, crazy, emotionally draining fight. The area in and of itself, like the lake that's all dark and
that one.
Yeah,
because there's 2 flying ones.
Are there?
There's one in the desert and there's one in the lake.
I'm not talking about the desert one.
So
I'm talking about the lake.
The bird one.
The bird one.
Okay, gotcha.
That fight is gnarly. It's creepy because the water is all dark and you have to swim in it, and you know there's nothing in the water, but it's like, I gotta find a platform, get out of the water, and then you have to jump and grab its wing while it's flying, and the music it starts playing when you grab its wing. It's all like triumphant, and then you have to slay the innocent creature.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that boss fight. I just remember the first time I did it. I had to show it to my girlfriend at the time. She wasn't in the room. I was like, "Honey, you gotta come see this.
Check this out."
She came in. She thought it was awesome. She was like, "Whoa, that was crazy," because that was really new. Like that game was mind blowing back then. It still is.
Oh
I think
that's still
incredible.
A good game. It still holds up, and I can't wait for Last Guardian.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be good. Good news.
I need to play
everyone.
Eco.
Yeah. I played a little bit of Eco. It's or Ico, however you pronounce it. But it's great. It just doesn't have that like whoa factor that Shadow of the Colossus did for me at least. Anyway.
Gotcha. All right.
What's your number 4?
4. So, I love Sonic Adventure.
Yes, you do.
So I put the final boss of Sonic Adventure. Spoilers for a game that's 18 years old. So Final Hazard.
Oh, is that when you go supersonic?
When you get supersonic
and the music kicks in.
Live and learn. It's like I was just like, oh, and little 8-year-old Connor was like, oh, I'm supersonic and super shadow, and I'm flying around through space, and I'm killing giant space monsters attached to a giant colony of arc in space. It's awesome.
Yes, that was the perfect description. I completely agree.
That's the best description I could give because it's just like, and just butt rock starts kicking in, and it's just so cool.
Your brain just starts firing on all cylinders, and you're like,
it's like that. I think that's the moment that I was like, I just love Sonic.
Yeah,
like you can say what you want about Sonic games, but that final boss fight is so cool.
Yeah,
and I don't care who you are. I show that to someone, they're like, all right, that's pretty all right.
Yeah, no, seriously, that whole situation and segment just makes you feel as cool as you can possibly be. Good choice. That was a good, solid choice.
It's preceded by one of the hardest bosses ever.
I don't remember.
The Biohazard. You fight him as Shadow.
Yeah.
He's kind of lame.
Yeah. Well,
it took me forever to beat him. It took me like a week. Anyway.
All right. So my number 3 is Tyrant from the first Resident Evil game.
Okay.
Scared the ever-loving crap out of me as a small child. Just emotionless, walks everywhere, does not run. Well, I take that back. He does in the second fight, which makes him 10 times scarier. And the first one, he's just kind of like casually sauntering about, and if you get close, then he's got that giant claw hand, and oh, dude, he's freaking scary. And then when you go up to the helipad, and Brad is like circling above with the helicopter, and you've got to just avoid him for a certain amount of time with tank controls. Man, it's an intense moment. One of my favorite boss fights and bosses from my childhood. I thought about putting William Birkin from the Resident Evil 2, because his boss fight is also pretty legit, because he goes through like 2 or 3 different transformations. But Tyrant ever so slightly beat him out just because he was the original experience for me. But
okay, yeah, I can dig that. So another Bayonetta reference here.
This is number 3.
This is number 3 for me. It's Jean. Is it Jean or Jean?
I have no idea.
Did you ever beat Bayonetta?
I didn't.
Okay, well, there's a rival character.
Okay.
To Bayonetta, who has all of her powers and whatnot, kind of similar like DMC or Metal Gear Rising. But it's just like, okay, you start off. You go through like a shmup level. It's like one of those weird like Platinum's like, we gotta put a shmup level in. So like you go in there, and then so eventually you're on a rocket.
All right.
You start off on a rocket, you flying into the city, and then you jump off, and then you start fighting Jean on a roof, and then another rocket flies by, and you both jump on that rocket, and then you start fighting each other. And I have like a vague memory of somewhere she rides in on like up the building on like a motorcycle or something, and it's just like the most ridiculous anime fight ever. And I was like, this is all right.
This is all right.
It's just so cool. It's hard to describe if you haven't played it, but it's like, it's worth it. A lot of people say Jubileus.
Okay, from the second one, right?
Yeah, from the first one.
Jubileus
is from the first one. Jubileus is more of a level than a boss.
That makes sense.
And it's just kind of,
But that first one sounded legit.
The first one, like Jean or Jean or whatever, is just really cool. She's red and white hair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
She's anyway. Yeah, but Jean from Bayonetta 1, almost said 3.
We hope. All right, cool. So, all right, my number 2 is from the first Dark Souls game.
Okay.
You didn't play any of the Dark Souls games?
Nope.
So I don't expect you to know who this is. But anybody who's listening who has played Dark Souls, Ornstein and Smo. Ornstein is like this totally dope-looking golden knight with like this crazy lance, and he just flies across the screen with the greatest of ease. And Smo is this giant super fatty with a giant hammer, and you have to fight both of them at the same time.
Okay.
The thing that makes this boss fight so crazy is that it's like halfway through the game, and it's probably the hardest boss fight in the game.
Huh.
There's a strategy to it. Whoever you kill first, the one that's living absorbs that one's power. So if you kill Smo, Ornstein becomes huge.
Okay.
And he's 10 times harder. If you kill Ornstein first, then Smo gets lightning. So his hammer becomes lightning. Ornstein has like a lightning lance or whatever. Right. So it's crazy. It's such a pain in the butt. There were just so many memes and GIFs of people just being like, F this game because of those two.
Yeah.
So I love them to death. I remember beating them by myself for the first time was like the biggest accomplishment I've ever had in Dark Souls.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome.
Because I always needed help originally.
It sounds really fun. I haven't played Dark Souls.
You should.
Dark Souls. I want to, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to put the time in.
Yeah. Well, it's a game where you can pick at it.
Yeah. Okay. I might do that.
You actually don't have to like commit.
Okay.
To lengthy periods. All right. What's your number 2, brother?
So number 2, I put the boss from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Okay. I never played it.
Well. Okay. Then I'll just say it out. The boss is your mentor.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I knew that.
The final fight with her, or you only fight her once. Just the boss, and you fight her in the field of. Oh, what's the name? Like I think the flowers are Star of Jerusalem or something.
Okay.
They're all white. And
okay.
So it's super like thematic and just awesome and
very
symbolic.
It sounds anime.
It's super dude. Metal Gear Solid is an anime. Like I'm just gonna go out and say it. It's just an anime.
Okay.
About America.
Cool.
So you start off. What happens is it's at a fixed camera angle.
Okay.
Or it's not fixed, but it's not. I played in Subsistence where it's third person all the time.
Okay.
But it's like kind of like a Resident Evil kind of thing where
sure.
Where you move. So I guess it would be fixed camera angle.
Yeah.
It kind of moves with you, but it's still just like up above you.
Gotcha.
So like the only way you can kind of see the boss, because she's wearing white and the feudal lily, so it's really hard to see her. So, but if you get too close, she's way better at CQC than you are, which is like a whole mechanic in the game where you can like beat up people. But like you can do the whole fight if you're good enough and you time your button presses, you can counter all her stuff. So you can do the whole fight with just CQC, and it makes it way cooler than just shooting her.
Okay.
So it's like it's just so cool, because it's slow paced. It's weird.
I was gonna say that sounds hard.
Because most of the bosses on the rest of my list are super quick and fast paced. So this is like really methodical and slow, and like you kind of have to put on camo and kind of like crouch around and kind of see, like try and find her. And if she finds you first, it's like the scariest thing ever, because like Snake gets one of the exclamation marks over his head.
He does? That's awesome.
like the enemies. So it goes ding, but it just makes the sound. It just goes and then he just like gets judo slammed to the ground. It's just so cool.
That sounds awesome.
And then when you beat her, all the flowers turn red, and you're like, oh,
that was sad.
And then her horse gets sad, and then it's just awesome. It's one of the best boss fights. But there's one more to me that just beats it.
Okay.
So.
Well, I have an honorable mention before I hit my number 1.
Okay.
The Cyber Demon from Doom.
Shoot the Cyber Demon
games,
until it dies.
Because it is the most intimidating looking enemy in the entire game, because it's like 1,000,000 feet tall and you're not. I know that there was they had the giant cyber spiders as well, and those were scary.
Yeah.
But
are we talking like original Doom?
Doom and Doom 2. He's in both of those. But he's huge, and he's got a rocket launcher for an arm.
Yeah.
And he moves just as fast as you. So it's like, what the crap? No, why is this happening?
He's trying to run away from me. He's like, hey.
And he's also the final boss in Doom 3 as well.
Yeah.
Except while you're fighting him, a bunch of other enemies are coming in, and like, little guys are like, yeah, I'm gonna poke at you while you're running away.
And he's probably gonna be the boss in the final.
I'm cool with it.
Final boss in the new Doom also.
I don't care.
Which is like, okay,
I'm right.
That's fine.
I'll fight me a HD Cyber Demon. I'm in.
Okay,
I'm down for it. So, okay, here's my number 1. Bowser. I mean, I know that's like that could be considered like a really cheap cop-out.
Cliche or whatever.
But yeah, or like overdone. But Bowser has provided me with more awesome boss fights than any other boss in all of gaming.
Okay.
I have fought Bowser in so many different ways and variations in different games with different styles. Bowser he's just my favorite, man.
They keep coming up with new ways.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. You fought him in a hot tub in sunshine. Like, come on.
Like, I mean, I'll never forget the boss fight from Super Mario World.
Okay.
Where you're on top of the castle. It's got a completely black background. The music it's playing. He's floating around in that clown face thing.
Yeah, I know
I don't know what it's called, but the music is just like, oh, dude, it's awesome. And then fighting him in Super Mario 64, like the music in that is also legit. I don't know, Bowser boss fights have really good music. Yeah. And you're like, so long, Bowser, and you just throw him in face first into a bomb, and he's just like, oh, okay.
He's really small in that game.
He is, and that's another thing I love about Bowser is he has changed sizes so many times. If you look at how big he is in like the original,
he's like twice your size, maybe. Not too bad.
And then you see him in like Super Mario 3D World, where he's like the size of a house, and you're like the size of a schnauzer. You're like,
or
like,
a cat.
So funny. Oh, well, yeah. Okay, cat.
Anyway,
good call. But yeah, so Bowser will forever be my favorite boss.
Okay.
He's just, even though he's like a one-trick pony, he's like, I'm gonna kidnap the princess and stuff, and Mario's like, all right.
Well, he didn't in Mario World. He stole like a bell or something. Oh, he stole the fairies.
Oh, in Super Mario 3D World.
And
you know what? The only time that Bowser doesn't steal Princess Peach is when Nintendo wants you to play as Princess Peach.
Okay, fair enough. And then I think in Paper Mario, I don't think. Well, he's not really a bad guy in Paper Mario.
Not really. I mean, well,
he's in the game. But
he's in the game.
That's my favorite Bowser, by the way. Paper Mario Bowser.
Oh yeah, dude, Paper Mario is probably my favorite Mario series.
Oh, so good.
Super Paper Mario, or Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is a 11 out of 10 for me.
Did you play the 64 one?
That's the only one I didn't play.
It's pretty good. It's more of Thousand Year Door, basically. It's,
cool.
They're, like, Thousand Year Door is just an up-resed 64.
Cool.
So, like, it's worth trying out if you can find a card of it, or it's on the Virtual Console, too.
All right, man, what's your number one?
All right, so my number one is kind of like, it's another Nintendo, but it's from a different perspective.
Okay.
Ganondorf.
Ganondorf?
If I had to pick one, it'd be Twilight Princess Ganondorf.
Okay.
With a runner-up of Ocarina of Time.
Sure.
But, like, Twilight Princess Ganondorf is, like, you fight him, like, 4 times. It's just crazy. Like, all right, first you fight him because he's possessed Zelda. So you fight Princess Zelda, which first off is, like, sweet. And then second, like, you fight just Ganon, like, big pig beast Ganon as Wolf Link, and it's really cool. You're like, all right, this is awesome. And then Hyrule Castle, like, blows up, and then you fight him in Hyrule Field on horseback. And he has all these like demon things that you're just cutting through, and it's just so cool. And then finally, like, it just all comes down to it, and it's just a big sword fight between you and Ganon, and it's just like, that's so cool. I remember getting there, and I was like, oh, this is like, oh, I love Twilight Princess, dude. And like, and my honorable mention would probably be Ganondorf from Ocarina.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna cheat and use him twice.
Okay. There you go.
Because first off, you fight him, like, the whole game, he's just been the bad guy. And then you finally fight him. You fight him in this sick, like, volleyball match with energy balls. And then you destroy his castle, and you fight him in the Rebel Castle. It's like...
that's awesome.
Dude, Ganondorf is just so cool. Specifically Ganondorf. I'm not a big, like, Ganon fan, like, from the older games, but just Ganondorf. Even in Wind Waker, like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just awesome.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I agree. I think Ganondorf's pretty sweet boss, so... Cool. Well, that was a very appropriate way to start off our newly named final boss segment.
Yeah.
So,
with 2 final bosses.
Yeah.
Or well, let's see, how many final bosses I have? I had 3 final bosses in mine. So.
All right. So we're gonna go straight into the news here. So let's make it happen.
Okay. I just want to slide this in here. I mentioned this in my week, but Smash DLC came out. Corrin and Bayonetta came out. I said Corrin, not
no,
Corn.
I know. I wasn't saying that you said it wrong. I just laugh now because I can't not think of Corn every time.
They're pretty alright. Corrin is, I think, middle of high tier in my opinion. I don't think he could probably go places, but I don't know he'll win very many things.
Okay.
Bayonetta is borderline broken, and I love it.
Okay.
So that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Cool.
Then we have the Kinect is being used as stimulation for orangutans at the Melbourne Zoo.
Wow.
So like they're using like Kinects for orangutans about
to like play
with,
goof around.
That was really funny.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, the Kinect's got to be used for something, right?
Yeah, I was thinking, it's like, hey, finally used for the Kinect. So
giant warehouse full of dusty Kinects.
Entertaining lesser beings. And yes. So all right.
That's funny.
So yeah, and then have you heard of Battalion 1944?
I actually just read about that this morning. I am pumped.
So am I.
The first next-gen World War II game.
Because we kind of skipped out on that last gen. Like
Yes,
we
we
had a
did.
little bit at the very beginning with like old Medal of Honor games and
Call of
Call of
Duty
Duty 2 and 3 and Big Red 1 or whatever those
Yeah.
offering ones are. But like we've mostly missed out on those, and I used to play those a lot
Yeah.
as a kid. Like World War II shooters is like
The market was oversaturated with World War II
Yeah.
shooters for the longest time. People were clamoring for something different, and then they got something different. Everybody loved it, but now everybody's kind of like flip-flopping. They're like, hey,
yeah.
why don't we go back to old school?
We need a balance.
Exactly.
So like I just kind of I watched the trailer the other day. It's it's being made using Unreal 4. It looks really rough, but I can't. It's literally like they're alpha, so it's okay.
That's awesome.
But like they're using real world locations as influences. Like I saw they took a picture of whatever that big famous church in France is, and they were using that as
cool.
as like a backdrop, or like they've like 3D modeled it. It looks really sick, and
That
I'm
sounds
really
awesome.
excited for it because I love World War II shooters, and there's a place in my heart that needs to be filled with that. So have you heard about The Witness?
Yes.
I heard it's a really sick puzzle game, but I don't know much more about it.
Uh-huh.
But it reached 100,000 copies have been sold over Steam,
Good on them.
and they are considering an Xbox One port.
Okay, I was gonna
So-
say because it's on PS4 also.
It's on PS4 already.
Yep.
I might have to pick that up then because
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't know.
it's like $40.
$40? Maybe. I'll wait till it drops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just, it looks cool. I'm glad it's doing well because that's like, was that maybe the dude made Braid? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think
exactly what
that's
it is,
what it was.
but all I've heard nothing but just rave reviews for the game.
'Cause it's like
Everybody's
a-
saying it's glorious.
Yeah, it's like a super good puzzle game, and which looks cool because it has a story too.
Sure.
And then you'll like this. The RE4 Wii Edition is coming to the Wii U.
That's awesome. I think that's great because I think every console should just have a version of Resident Evil 4 on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think which get remastered more, Ocarina of Time or Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
Because it's been like, there's something. It's like it's okay. So
It's on everything.
Yeah, it's on everything at this point.
It comes on Texas Instruments calculators.
Yeah,
now.
like I can play it. It's crazy. It's
But yeah, I think Resident Evil 4 is a masterpiece. And
yeah, it's a great game.
Here's my question: the Wii Edition coming to the Wii U. Now, the Wii Edition, their whole thing was you can aim with a Wiimote. Are they going to keep that, or are they going to kind of maybe do like you can choose one or the other, use the gamepad or use a Wiimote and a nunchuck?
I think they'll stick with the Wiimote because they'll have to make a whole. Well, I don't know. They could just rip the controls straight off
gonna say.
Xbox.
Xbox or PS, PlayStation, or any other console version.
It'd be nice to see both, but I think they'll probably just do motion controls.
I hope they do both because I think it would be fun to try motion controls, but man, I like my Resident Evil games
Yeah.
controller based.
I knew for a long time that the Wii version was like the definitive version
Sure.
to play that game. So it's like that's cool. I'll probably pick it up eventually, which would be awesome. And then I kind of had like I put this in kind of as like a frame of reference for like what other countries are into. So I have a list of the best-selling amiibos by region for like last year. So I'll start off with Japan.
Sure.
In Japan, we have the 3 Inkling amiibos.
I don't know what that is.
Splatoon. The
Oh,
Splatoon boy, girl, and like
Got
the
it.
squid you can turn into.
Sure.
So I was like, way to play up to a stereotype, Japan. But anyway, and then we have 2 Mario amiibos. We have the first up is the party one, like the one that's like woo, and has his arm up in the air.
Okay.
And then we have the classic 8-bit one. So it's just
awesome.
like, all right, I could have guessed that one. And then the USA, it's kind of a mix-up. Like it's really like a whole bunch of different characters. So first up, we have Link is the most popular one in America.
Okay.
And then Bowser comes up second. And then Toon Link.
Huh.
And then Mewtwo and Sonic after that.
That's
So-
not what I would have guessed.
Yeah, I would have guessed like I already knew Link was up there.
I was gonna say Link, definitely. I wouldn't have guessed Bowser, to be
Never would have
honest.
guessed Bowser.
Mewtwo, maybe.
Maybe. I love Mewtwo.
Maybe.
So.
I mean, I know Pokemon's pretty popular over here, but I don't know, man. I just can't spend $12 on a.
Yeah, I have like
Just,
15. So
I
I have too many.
just can't do it, man.
And then in Europe, it's kind of like a mix between both. So we have number 1 is Mario, like the classic 8-bit Mario.
Yeah.
And then we have Link coming up next. Then we have the Inkling Squid, like the squid you can turn into, but not the boy or girl. Then we have Yarn Yoshi
Nice.
and Mario the party version. So it's just a grab bag of everything else.
It's funny how different cultures and different regions of the world are into different things.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I like how Europe's just a mix between America and Japan. So it's like, all right,
because
cool.
it's like they're halfway there.
Living on prayer.
That's awesome.
So Pokemon Go will be shown at GDC 2016.
Oh,
I am super hyped for Pokemon Go. You're not as hyped.
nah.
You're not.
I mean, I'll probably try it out, but I don't know. Like, I was never really super into the whole Pokemon series.
I got really into it. Like, even as a kid, I was super into it, but I got to where I was doing all the crazy stuff with, like, IV breeding and EV trading. So,
Gotcha.
like, if that comes here and I can do all that, I'm going to be a super good trainer and be beating all these, like, 12-year-old kids and take their money, and they'll be talking about how much they like
Wait,
shorts.
you can bet real money?
No, but I like to
Oh.
I like to think that once you win, you can just be like, all right, give me your money. Like in
I
in the
see.
game, they'd be like, you got $400 for winning. Be like, come on. And so like the whole world would be changed. Like there's gonna be no more like bar fights. It's all be settled in Pokemon. Like it's gonna be
Just
awesome. The
throw
world's
down.
just gonna be a better place,
Yeah, you have way too high hopes for this game.
dude. It's okay.
All right.
So Kojima and Del Toro are getting together for a social presentation later this month.
Oh my goodness.
So
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
What-
Hey, Connor. My goodness.
I know. So what are your thoughts? Do you think they're gonna be bringing back Silent Hills?
No, I think they can't. That's a Konami owned
Fair enough.
franchise and IP. However, I feel like they may announce something else horror based that they might be working on. I know that Kojima is working on the new PlayStation game that's going to be PlayStation. Well, it's going to be console exclusive to PlayStation. It's also going to come out on PC. But I'm not sure if the game that I don't know. I don't know if the game that he's working on with Kojima Productions with PlayStation is going to have anything to do with what him and Guillermo del Toro is going to talk about.
Yeah. I don't care what they make. I'm gonna buy it.
There you
Like, just bottom line, be like, okay.
go. Just out of spite of just to stick
No.
it to Konami.
I just love both these people.
Oh yeah, I mean
And
that
it's
makes
like,
sense.
Kojima has given me some of like my favorite games ever,
Sure.
and Del Toro is a fantastic director. So it's
I'm
like,
just hoping it's a horror game.
it could be My Little Pony, and I'd still buy it. I don't care.
I would not buy it if it was My Little Pony.
You would not buy like a Fox Engine Kojima
No.
Del Toro game. I'll be
No.
like, all right.
No, I wouldn't. And Konami owns Fox Engine, by the way.
I'm making a joke, Brian. So I thought this was interesting. So Halo 5 has pod racing now through like a glitch.
Weird.
So like there's a glitch where you can like drive immovable objects.
Weird.
So like people have made like full like the first track from that pod racing game
Okay.
for Super Nintendo. So like it's really like it looks really cool.
That's in what's it called? What's that mode called? Where you can
Forge.
Forge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've made like full maps. And
That's
it's just
cool.
crazy.
That's
Forge
legit.
like I kind of dropped out the map from Halo after Halo 3, but like Forge just brought it way back for me. Or
Sure.
like, well, not back, but Forge has always been a really cool concept to me. And then so Taylor Swift has announced a mobile game on the way.
Yeah, I'm into
So
that.
Now we have the Iron Maiden mobile game and the Taylor Swift mobile game.
Maybe it's the same game.
Maybe it's DLC for the Iron Maiden game.
Maybe you can either play as Eddie or you can play as Taylor Swift, dependent upon the target audience.
All right, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm in.
So the Doom date was announced.
Yes.
May 13th.
May 13th.
May
baby.
13th, and the collector's edition comes with a 12-inch Revenant statue.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you gonna get the collector's edition?
In all honesty, I probably will.
Be a big foot tall.
I think Revenants are amazing. It can go sit over there next to my Marcus Phoenix and
Yeah,
my
they can
giant
fight.
Spider-Man and my sweet Batman and my Donkey Kong Jenga.
Dude, we need to play that.
We should.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
But yeah, you can fight each other and be awesome. But
Yeah.
I love Doom.
Me too.
I
I love the way the new Doom is looking too. It looks magical.
I got into Doom in an era where Doom was dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm super hyped for the game because it's just everything I love. And then there are rumors of Mother 3, the game where Lucas is from,
Yeah.
coming to the West.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
rumor like that because its 10-year anniversary is coming up, and they're starting like Europe and everything. Like there's starting to be rumors of it coming up, and it'd be awesome.
Cool.
So, Next up, we have a Street Fighter cross G.I. Joe comic coming out.
That sounds awesome.
And so, like, I looked up a little bit, and there's, like, a picture of Sea Viper fighting Snake Eyes, and I was like, all right, I'm going to buy this. Like, I'm sold, because G.I. Joe is awesome, and I like Street Fighter. So, yeah. And then after that, we have Bruce Lee is going to be in UFC 2.
Yep, he was in the first game, too.
Was he? Really? Yep. I never played a game, but I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yep. A lot of fans were really angry about it.
Weird.
Because I wasn't. I thought it was fine. Bruce Lee is a legend in the martial arts world. He wasn't a mixed martial artist. He didn't do any, like tournament MMA style fighting.
Yeah.
But it's like, why not have a fun character in the game?
Okay.
Like, what is everybody complaining about? People are like, Bruce Lee never fought. He shouldn't. He doesn't deserve to be in the game. Blah blah blah. Everybody's like, chill out, man.
Yeah.
Chill. It's just Bruce Lee in a UFC game.
I'd rather have him in Street Fighter, but whatever.
Well, you got Fei Long, which is literally just Bruce Lee.
I just want like a Mortal Kombat 1 style of just Bruce Lee superimposed on the screen.
I'm ready. Yeah, I'm
awesome.
cool with it.
And that's about it for news.
Cool.
This week.
Pretty crazy, wacky, eclectic news day.
It was weird. I was looking up and nothing happened for like the first half of the week. Then everything happened on the later half. So
that's
it was
wacky.
Weird.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to transition into what we are also now calling the DLC segment. So a little bit of an extra here.
You don't have to pay for it.
You don't. It's free DLC.
Free LC.
You know what? Let's just call it the free DLC segment.
Just call it free LC.
Free LC.
All right.
Let's see here. So what we've got for this, what we've got lined up here is we want to talk about games that we love that everyone else hates, and games we don't like that everyone else loves. So
okay.
We'll just rattle those off really quick. Let's see. Connor, why don't you go ahead?
All right, so I'm going to start with games that I love that everyone else hates.
Okay.
So I put Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 to an extent. I know a lot of people don't like those games.
I like them, but I'm with you there. There are a lot of people who are like, those games are trash.
Like this beginning of the end for Sonic. I was like, I grew up on those games. I love these games.
I thought those games were just great.
They're just, I already talked about them before, but whatever. They're just good. And then after that, I have Star Fox Adventures.
Okay.
I had to really catch myself and not say Stairfax Temperatures, but like, I know that game's not good, but I love it anyway.
Okay.
It's just a unique. That was my real like first experience with Star Fox, to be honest. So everything was awesome for me. I was like, sweet. Like I had no expectations. Just went in just blind. It was fun, and I beat the game. It was awesome. And then I went back and played 64, and I was like, this game's way better.
I like it.
But yeah, those are my two.
That's cool. Okay. Let's see. I've got for games that I love that everyone hates. I have got okay, my main one is Mortal Kombat Mythologies Sub-Zero.
Okay.
That is widely trashed by the gaming community. One of my favorite games ever. I get it. I understand people's gripes and complaints about it, but I don't care. It's a blast. It's a side-scroller beat-em-up playing as Sub-Zero.
Okay.
With RPG-style leveling up system.
There's RPG. Really? There's RPG elements?
Yeah.
Okay.
You level up and get new abilities and learn new fighting moves and stuff like that. It's awesome. I love that game. And then I guess I have fun playing Shaq Fu.
I've never played Shaq Fu.
It is trash. It is not a good fighting game by any means, but if you play it with the right people, it's a blast. It's so much fun.
Does it actually have like inputs and like charge characters?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's not good. It's not implemented well. But I have a Sega Genesis cart of it, and it's a blast. I love it.
How much did you buy that cart for?
It was like 50 cents at some used game store or something like that.
You hear I read a couple years ago they were trying to remake Shaq Fu 2. Make it like a character action game.
Well, they're actually making a new Shaq Fu.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, it'll be sweet. All right, what about games you don't like that everyone loves?
So I don't know if people don't like this one, but I mean, it just hit me really weird.
Okay.
Pokemon Black and White.
All right.
So, I love Pokemon, as you are together right now.
Sure.
And Pokemon Black and White was just weird. I don't know why I don't like it. I just don't like it.
Okay.
It's just like, you don't have any of the original Pokemon until you beat the game, and I think that's what did it for me.
Gotcha.
Because like I don't want to be like a dude who's like, oh, I like old Pokemon. I love all Pokemon, but like the designs in that one are just kind of
wonky.
There's like, here's a zebra, electric zebra. You're like, okay. It's like, I don't. Here's a mole. I'm like, okay.
Did you have another one?
I did have another one. Skyward Sword. That one's kind of in the middle too. I couldn't think of games because I'm very lenient on games. There's not a lot of games I just don't like.
Sure.
And I don't want to say I hate Skyward Sword, but I just don't. I'm never gonna play it again, unfortunately. Motion controls ruined that game for me. The story is amazing. The characters are amazing. It's some of my favorite characters of all time in that game. The final boss fight's just amazing. Some of the levels, or some of the there's not like a real open world. It's kind of split into just everything's a dungeon. It's just kind of lame. I didn't really like that. But just everything, it's all right. It's a subpar Zelda game.
Gotcha.
But which still means it's amazing by most people's terms.
All right, for me, games that I don't like that everybody loves. The first one I had is Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Okay.
I think it plays really well, but the story is trash. And
I'll agree with that.
And it's for me, it gets real old real fast. I was into it for like the first couple hours I played it, but then I was like, dude, I will probably not play this game again.
Gotcha.
It's just not something I'm into. And then Halo, just the Halo series. Everybody
Really?
loves Halo. I'm not a fan of Halo. I think it's a very stiff shooter. I think it's stiff, and I think it's a one-trick pony. All the Halo games are pretty much the exact same from start to finish. I loved the first one on the original Xbox because I hadn't played anything like it at the time, but going back on it now, it's like I'll still play the original Halo, but like just the series in general, it's just the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. So I'm just not a fan. Okay, so that's the end of the DLC segment, or free DLC, and that brings us to the end of episode 5.
The end.
The end. So really quickly, before I get into these plugs here, we do have a listener mail from Josh B. He says, "Hey guys, top 5 flight simulators? ? So I actually spoke with him because I was like, it's really hard for me to think of like flight sim games, like. But I think he said your favorite games where there's flying in it.
Okay, then that's way different.
So I can rattle off a
I can
couple.
Also rattle off 5.
I don't know. I would have, like Star Fox is probably the top of my list.
Yeah, probably definitely for me, you too.
Let's see what else. This is actually a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be.
I can think like 4.
Star Fox is great. I like the Ace Combat series.
I was gonna say Ace Combat
from the PlayStation 1 era. I really liked that. There was a game called Descent. It was an old PC game. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I can actually think of.
Gotcha.
I love flying games.
Oh yeah.
It just has to be not super like sim.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's like racing games. Gran Turismo, I'm sure, is like the greatest racing sim of all time, and it looks realistic as all get out, and it's incredible. But I'd prefer to play Burnout and
I want to do the
billboards
drifts.
Yeah.
I can think of a couple. Star Fox definitely. Ace Combat, Afterburner. I'm gonna throw in 1944 in there.
Okay.
Just because it's a flying game.
Sure.
And then I'm gonna put Battlefield series in there.
Oh yeah, there's lots of good stuff.
They have really good like flying controls, and
Sure.
it just feels like you're going really fast.
Yeah.
So.
You know what? I can throw in an extra one here. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay.
The flying in that game feels really good, especially when your character has like a really high flying skill. Whether it's doing like an F-16 or a helicopter or just like one of those funny little
planes.
Wonky planes. Yeah, I love those guys. But yeah, so cool. Thanks for the question, Josh B.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it. So I'm gonna get into some plugs here. Once again, please go ahead and listen to our friends over at MultiTap Podcast. They're doing good stuff over there. Their links are in our descriptions below. Also, make sure to go check out our buddies over at Flock of Geeks Gaming.
Flock of Geeks.
Flock of Geeks. Their links are also in our descriptions below. And yeah, that's all I got, man.
Cool. And if you guys want to send in any questions, sound like Josh B over there,
Yeah.
You can send it to dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com. What is that, Brian?
That is dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com.
Okay, and you guys want to like us on Facebook? It's Dragon Power Podcast, I think, still there.
Yeah, facebook.com/dragonpowerpodcast.
Yeah, and on Twitter, it's twitter.com/dragonpowercast, since podcast won't fit. But yeah, you follow us for all the updates, all the funny stuff, and whatnot. I'll be posting stuff about recent game news that I'm interested in. If you guys want to follow me, whatever. But yeah, other than that, I can't think of much else.
Awesome.
To talk about.
Just one real quick thing. Randy, stop playing Fallout 4 and play something else. Anyway, you know who you are.
I don't. Anyway.
That's all right. Thanks for listening. We'll be back again next Monday with episode 6. And yeah.
See y'all then.
See ya.
Bye.